Hello and welcome to Pizza 360. I'm Daniel Perea. Joining us today via Skype is our friend Mr. Ed Zimmerman, founder of the Food Connector, a sales and marketing company serving the wholesale food industry. Welcome, Ed.
Thanks, Daniel. Pleased to be here today.
You began your food service career in 1974. Where did you start and how did it lead to the Food Connector?
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been in the industry for plus 40 years, and what I've always seen in the industry is many people come up through the ranks, either through the restaurant side or the distribution side or the manufacturing side. And I've had the pleasure and good fortune of actually doing all of them. So I was in the restaurant business for a number of years, the retail grocery business for about 5 years. I joined a little bakery startup and wound up being there for 15 years. And I started doing consulting work, which I did for about 7 years. But that led me to the West Coast to open a West Coast office for the firm. And through all of my career, what I kept seeing over and over were all these great companies, generally smaller, who had terrific products or great service or had some niche, but didn't really know how to grow. They didn't know how to take that difference and exploit it and make something happen. And so the Food Connector was born out of the idea of working with small and mid-sized food manufacturers and distributors to help them create and craft a strategy to grow.
This month at PMQ, we touched on how one markets a more family-friendly environment. What are some of your ideas on this?
Well, I'm part of pizza's appeal, obviously, is its convenience and its family-friendly nature. And what's true about American families today is that they're very, very time-stressed. It is no longer at 5 o'clock, mom puts dinner on the table, dad comes home from work, and the 2.3 kids obediently sit down and have dinner. So pizza is great because it is a product that can be brought home and either heated or reheated. There's all of the basic food groups. You've got protein, you've got cheese, you've got fun things that kids like to eat. Pizzerias can really capitalize that, whether it's dine-in or delivery, with making it more family friendly and looking at how to make things healthier. I think alternative beverages is important. Many families are trying to cut down on soda or pop, and if there are juices or even just water, or some of the new vitamin waters or that type of thing, these are all the things that pizzerias can do to help bring families back, because really it's about incremental sales. Naturally, a family's going to use a pizzeria once or twice a month. If you can figure out how to get them there 3 or 4 times a month, you've added tremendous amount to your revenue.
What about working to promote your pizzeria to families who want delivery?
Delivery is the ultimate convenience, and especially these days when married with online ordering. So I think that to continue to focus on the convenience of it, on the if you look at some of the places where delivery really works, sometimes it's bad weather. There's been vicious snowstorms all throughout the Northeast this year, and to promote, don't go into your car, we'll bring it to you. And if you look at some of the other initiatives that are happening in the world, Uber, etc., there's all kinds of ways to make it more convenient. And that's really what people are buying today. The industry that we're in is food service, and the key there is the service part.
Are there ways for pizzerias to also work with local schools?
There are. Traditionally, pizzerias would go to the cafeteria and become the pizza of choice. That's becoming less prevalent today. There's a lot of nutritional initiatives that are happening in schools that preclude pizza, but pizza can remain relevant to the school through things like the clubs, sports teams, fundraisers. I like the idea of selling a pizza kit or a take and bake that can be used as a fundraiser. The school gets part of the money, and then you use the school as a delivery point for those. I think there's also some of the evening things. Certainly, getting parents to PTA meetings is difficult today, again because of the stressed nature of the American family. So if a PTA meeting was held at 7 o'clock, but at 6:30 we're having pizza and pop and come early, and it'll cost you $5 to come, I think you'd get more people to come and participate in PTA.
Those are some great ideas. But what about adding menu items that are more kid-friendly? How about some ideas there?
So traditionally, kids have generally eaten either cheese pizza or pepperoni. One thing to do, I think, is to focus on pepperoni that is better. There's lots of all natural pepperonis that are hitting the world, and that's good for both moms and dads who care about the health of their kids, as well as for the kids themselves. But I think also having ingredients for kids or toppings for kids that they think are fun or delicious or fit their lifestyle, and I think that those are very regional in nature. And so if I owned a pizzeria, I would talk to families. Well, I would talk to the kids and say, hey, we're thinking about bringing in two new toppings. What would you like to have on your pizza? And I think in that sort of one-to-one focus group marketing with parents standing right there, and then you'd be able to judge the reaction of the parents. Are they shaking their heads and saying, great idea, Johnny? Or are they saying, there's no way I'm putting that on a pizza. I'm trying to have it be more healthy. But I think that those are the keys.
So I can't help but notice you've got some bass guitars in the background there. Are you a rock and roller?
Well, I am, a child of the '60s, and I think that working hard today is certainly part of everybody's world, and you've got to find some way to reduce your stress. I started playing music a bunch of years ago, and yeah, I love music, and I think that music and fun and pizza are all part of the same thing, which is making people happy, and the best way to do that is to make yourself happy so that you can project that across the counter.
Well, you lift your heart and your base in San Francisco. Well, thank you so much for being on the program, Ed.
Daniel, thanks. I appreciate it.
That is about all the time we have for this Pizza 360. For more videos, visit us at pmq.com. Follow us on social media and subscribe to the magazine for free. For Pizza 360, I'm Daniel Lee Perea.